No business sector has felt the economic pain of the pandemic more than the hospitality and entertainment industry. For Lynns Restaurant in Osseo, it's been a painful roller coaster ride. As Sonia Goins explains, now the restaurant is back open for business.
Lynns Restaurant reopened this week after being temporarily closed for over a month. The owners say they were hit hard by the global pandemic.
We closed down right at the first part of December.
Lynns Restaurant has been a staple in Osseo for nearly 40 years. They're known for their breakfast menu and were voted #1 breakfast by Twin Cities magazine last year.
We were pretty excited about that.
Owner Mark Lynn says the breakfast items weren't a good fit for takeout, so he decided to temporarily close after the governor announced restaurant restrictions.
And we can cut our losses by having our doors closed.
The catering side of the business stayed open, but it wasn't enough to make up for a decline in sales.
Being down 90% in sales, that really makes a big hit to our restaurant. It's a hard one. We really have to dip into savings.
Lynn says he's glad to be back open, even if it's at 50% capacity.
Business isn't booming, but we're getting the word out that we're open again now.
The restaurant has COVID-19 safety measures in place. Booths have dividers and there are seating restrictions.
When we have 2 people sitting where we need 4 people to be sitting, that's hard, but we're making do.
The Osseo business owner says he can't wait for things to get back on track.
We're hoping that the worst is behind us and this COVID can be a thing of the past and move forward and get back to what we call normal.
In Osseo, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
State Representative Cedric Frazier of New Hope is chief author of a bill Minnesota nurses are rallying behind. The Essential Workers Emergency Leave Act would provide 100 hours of emergency paid leave to nurses and other essential workers. It would help those who are required to quarantine or exhibit symptoms but later test negative. The bill would also cover caring for a family member that contracts COVID or for child care if a facility has to temporarily close. Currently, nurses only qualify for workers' compensation if they contract the virus at work. Skating rinks have only been open a few weeks due to the warmer winter weather, but now a few rinks in Golden Valley are closed again.
Come out to skate right before taking the dog out, and now I see that I wouldn't have been able to anyways.
That was one of the neighbors who was surprised to see the skating rinks closed at Garrity Park on Tuesday. A water main break between 10 and 11 Monday night caused significant damage to the rinks, so the city had to close them until further notice. Park staff say they are hopeful they will be able to get both rinks back in skating condition this season. And in New Hope, part of the roof on the New Hope Ice Arena has outlived its life, and now the city is looking at replacing it. It's the roof over the South Rink that's the problem. Staff members have patched the roof, but say now it just needs to be replaced. The expected cost is around $750,000. The council approved accepting bids for the project at its meeting this week. If work begins this spring, it's expected to be finished up by early summer. A unique program at Wayzata High School is delivering a little extra joy to teachers. In today's School Spotlight, Delane Cleveland introduces us to the Lakers Breakfast Nook.
The halls of Wayzata High School may not be as packed as they once were. Even during a pandemic, coffee is still an important part of the teachers' morning routines. And the high school just so happens to offer delivery.
Here is your coffee.
Courtesy of the Lakers Breakfast Nook.
It is the best part of the day is when I get to see them come in and say hi and see the students, and then I get my coffee too.
The Lakers Breakfast Nook is a food service program comprised of special education students.
Thank you.
The goal is to help them learn vocational skills that can translate to the real world.
And then eventually, when they graduate, they can sustain employment independently.
Yet, job skills aren't the only benefit. The students also get to explore their creative side.
Which one's yours?
The Lakers Breakfast Nook crew designed custom mugs this year for anyone who purchased coffee delivery.
It was really cool. It was very interesting to see their reactions to it. Their facial expressions were pretty animated, and there were some kids that were very motivated to paint more than one mug.
It's a small gesture that goes a long way to helping the students build confidence while spreading joy in the process.
You know, especially right now when we're on Zoom often and planning for students that way, to be able to see the students and interact with them and see them grow their skills as well as benefit from the interaction, it's really wonderful.
In Plymouth, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
Yellow Tree Theater in Osseo is doing something a little different this weekend. They are hosting an interactive performance the whole family can enjoy. Here's Neil Pursley.
Yellow Tree Theater is still closed, but it's active in other ways.
Last summer, we put out a call to artists around the Twin Cities area and beyond, really around Minnesota, asking for ideas for online programming, virtual programming, things that were safe that we could do because we just weren't able to be here gathering in the theater.
Hello friends, my name is Lalo, and this is my lunchbox.
Lalo's Lunchbox is a light and fun video produced here in the Twin Cities aimed at young audiences. It's produced by Twin Cities actor Ed Jenkins. On Saturday, anyone can tune into a segment of Lalo and his Lunchbox on the Yellow Tree Facebook page.
It's going to be interactive, so it's not just like the kids sit and watch something, but they will actually be able to answer questions and kind of choose the way that the program's going to move along.
The program is free, and all you have to do is go to the Yellow Tree Theater Facebook page. In Osseo, Neil Pursley, CCX News.
Patiently waiting.
Patiently waiting to make?
Brie and jam sandwiches!
Find more local news stories at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.